Say, bro, the Suns are for real. Before we get into this video, everybody make sure you go ahead and hit that like. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and leave some comments below as well. Welcome to Sports R Us. And today we're going to be talking about the Suns and the fact that they're showing us that they are for real. Now, I know a lot of people in the beginning were apprehensive about the fact that the Suns were the second seed. They thought that a lot of that was a fluke, you know, in some type of way I kind of felt that as well. But the Suns are constantly showing us that they are the real deal and that they are a real team that's looking to push their way into the finals. I'm not just talking about the conference finals. I'm talking about the finals. Right now, they have a 3-0 lead above the Nuggets, who also has the reigning MVP of this year with Jokic, who in this game, I won't lie to you, showed us that he is the MVP and that he has a lot that he has to give to his team. But a lot of things are missing when it comes down to his team that he needs. And Jamal Murray, the absence of Jamal Murray is hindering them from moving on in this series. It's up 3-0. I do not see the Denver Nuggets coming back based off of the way that they're playing, based off the way that Jokic is playing. The last game, he had 32 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's a triple-double. The fact that he had 20 rebounds, that lets you know that he's hustling for the ball, putting up points, 32 points. And Michael Porter Jr., who's a player that I believe in. I believe that Michael Porter Jr. is one of those players that's gonna, take off at some point. He has shown us spots where he can, like he had the game earlier early in the series where he was hitting threes and all those different things like that. Well, in the previous series, I'm sorry about that. It wasn't in this one. It was the one against Portland when he was hitting consistent threes and he was showing the versatility he has within his game. I believe he still needs to work on his defense, but Michael Porter Jr. is one of those players that will start to show more and more and more as it progresses and as he learns the game and the nuances of the game, by being on the floor. So I think he's going to progress in the future. Right now, that's not something that's helping Jokic at this current point in time. And with the play of Chris Paul, who had 27 points this past game, 6 rebounds and 8 assists. Chris Paul is one of those players that continuously show us that he's one of the perfect leaders in the NBA and that he can also, play within whatever his team needs. He can step into that role and give it to them. If they need scoring that night, he can step into it. If they need him to facilitate and to run the floor and be that floor general and be that second coach, really, be that second coach, he can do that. He can do that on every single game. So that's something that he is showing us, and he's constantly showing us. And to be honest with you, if LeBron James wasn't going to win a championship this year, Chris Paul is somebody that I would like to see play in a championship game. I think that he has shown over his career that he deserves to play in a championship game. He's had multiple mishaps that have happened to him in the past, with his hamstring and all those different type of things like that. When he's just about to get to that level, he'll have something where he'll get injured. And right now, it doesn't seem as if that's going to happen. Of course, earlier when he was playing the Lakers, he had a shoulder issue. He had the stinger that turned into something else. And it seemed like it was going to hinder him from getting to the next level. But right now, they're up 3-0 on the Nuggets, who is the number 3 seed. But a lot of people seen them as a stronger team than the Suns prior to these playoffs. But in these playoffs, Monty Williams is not only showing that he's the coach of the year, which he should have been, but he's also showing that he can coach a team all the way to the finals, because I believe that's where they're going to be going. I think they're going to have a great series coming up, depending on with the Clippers and what happens with the Clippers and the Jazz. But I think the Jazz is on a roll right now. So if it winds up being Donovan Mitchell, I think it's going to be a great series. But I think they'll be moving on to the Suns. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We want to continue just to talk about this. The Suns are for real. I believe this is their one shot. I think this is the year that they have a shot to make it to the finals. This is Chris Paul's chance to make it to the finals. I know before people have said that when he was with the Clippers, and the Clippers kept on clipping. But this year, I believe he has a lot of young players who mindsets are set on finishing a task and doing what they need to do. So with Devin Booker on this side and with DeAndre Ayton playing the way that he's playing, and then they have multiple other players, Payne and, you know, all these other different players that's coming in and hitting, you know, shots at key points and times, I believe that the Phoenix Suns are going to make it to the finals. And the Phoenix Suns are for real. So everybody go ahead and hit that like. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and comment down below if you agree with me. If you believe that the Phoenix Suns are for real, or do you feel like this is a fluke and they'll learn something in the next round? Let me know. This is Sports R Us. I appreciate y'all.